Hey everybody, it's Loaf from Loaf Without Limits, and today's video is going to be a Sprouts grocery haul. I haven't been grocery shopping in about a week and a half because I haven't really been in my apartment too much, and I also like to rotate between Ralph's, Sprouts, and Trader Joe's, all for different reasons. Today's grocery haul, I'm going to keep healthy and make things that I can either have at my apartment this week, or if I get a job, things that I can meal prep and take to work. I'm also going to try to keep this grocery haul around $50 to $60 and ideally less since it is just me and I don't want food to go to waste. If you haven't already seen my Master Your Meal Prep video, I definitely recommend checking that out. I'm going to be using some of those tips as I go through Sprouts. And if you want to see my Sprouts grocery haul, just keep watching. One of the first things that I'll do before I go grocery shopping, just to make sure that I don't buy too much, is kind of go through my refrigerator and see what I have that's bad that I need to replace. So I already went through, and all I really have are these two things of, one's mixed lettuce, one's arugula. I didn't have like the arugula salads for breakfast that I intended to when I bought it like a week and a half ago. And I did eat a lot of salad, but again, it's just me. And then I wasn't at my apartment a lot making my own food. I was like visiting friends and we'd go grab food, which I'm definitely trying to not do as much, especially since I am on a budget. But both of these things expired a couple days ago, so I'm just gonna replace that. And then some chicken that I meal prepped a while ago. I probably meal prepped it like a week ago. So chicken that you meal prep only lasts about 4 days. So it's been a while. So while it still looks good and doesn't like smell bad or anything, I'm just not gonna take the risk and I'll just toss it out. It's only like half of the little chicken breast, so it's not even that much. Other than that, my refrigerator, I'll show you guys, is looking pretty empty. Here's what I have right now. I have about 4 eggs left, so I'll definitely be getting more of those. I'm still good on my feta cheese. It's really the only cheese I'll eat because it is a little bit lighter and it does give a lot of food really good taste. I only have half of a little avocado left. My little grape tomatoes, as well as a lot of my red onion and my little bell peppers, are still good from the last time I went grocery shopping, so I'll be leaving those. I double checked everything of like my condiments and stuff. These are all still looking good. I am almost out of my egg whites, so I'll be replacing that. And then fruit wise, still got a handful of oranges, my 2 sweet potatoes, and that's a vegetable, and then some lemons. So I'm good on that. So I just do that and do like a quick search just to make sure that I'm not getting too much stuff. Like one time I saw frozen salmon fillets. I went another time I was like, oh look, frozen salmon fillets. And then I had too much. But so I still have some frozen salmon fillets, which I'll definitely use. I will be getting some frozen shrimp though. I definitely want to do that this week. I'm good on my frozen chicken, and I am all out of frozen vegetables, which I like blending up in my protein smoothies instead of just the protein and water. I'll do the protein, water, maybe half of a banana, which I need more of, and then some frozen some frozen fruit like blueberries. So I'll be getting more of those. It's a pretty simple shopping list, but of course in Sprouts, it's almost like Target for me. Just go a little wild, but I'm keeping myself on a budget, and I'll be showing you guys everything that I get when I'm back. Okay guys, so I am back from Sprouts. I was gonna show you guys some shopping in Sprouts, but it was so hot I like couldn't even think. I just wanted to get in and out. It's over like 100 degrees today. Yesterday was pushing 120, so my brain's a little much not here. But basically I went to Sprouts. I did try staying in budget, but then I kind of bought a little bit of some snacky things, which I usually don't do. So I was a little over $60. But I did buy a lot of like basics and then a lot of things that'll last me a longer time. So I'll show you some of the staples that I got right now and just kind of tell you why I got them and then how I'll be using them either at home or if I get the job again this week, how I can make it on the go to make it into something that I can take to work. All right, the first few things that I got are this little half loaf of sourdough. The reason I get the half loaf again is because it's only me at my apartment. So this already expires on the 11th, which is 4 days from now. I keep it in the refrigerator so it can last a little bit longer. But since it's just me, this is probably all I'll be able to eat, even in 4 days. Like this is a lot. So I'm definitely gonna have to make a lot of things sandwich focused. I've been wanting to make avocado toast, so I haven't been able to do that since I didn't have any bread. And then in order to use this bread before it expires, which is only about $3 for the half loaf, I did buy some Homestyle turkey breast with no nitrates added. And what's cool about Sprouts is that they pre-package a lot of their own things. So I always look for like the cheapest one, because it's the cheapest, 2, because that means that it has the least amount in here, so I know that I can go through it quicker. So this has a little over half of a pound in it. So I'll definitely be making some turkey sandwiches this week then. I also have just like vegetables I can throw in there, and then some tuna. I believe these are like $1.30 a can. I get the solid white albacore tuna with no salt added. So I can make some tuna sandwiches. I can mix it up with avocado, put that on some avocado toast instead of an egg. So these are even in a salad. So tuna is good, it's really versatile, it's super good for you. Each can has 2 servings, and it's about 70 calories, and it just has so much protein, like 16 grams of protein for half of the can. So that's a lot, especially if you're someone like me who doesn't get a lot of protein in their diet, just because like I kind of forget to. So that's what's hard about wanting to stay in budget too, is that I feel like I snack a lot when I'm home because my mom buys a lot of snacks, but when I'm here on my own, I'm just kind of like, it's hard for me when I'm just like here day to day to like remember, oh, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, versus at work, at least I'm like, okay, something in the morning, we all kind of get a lunch together, and then I never have like a huge dinner just because I never really meal prep for that, for like when I come home to have a dinner. So I'll just have something like small, or like protein oats, because I'll usually go to the gym after work. So that's definitely something I want to work on more, is meal prepping not only my lunches but my dinners too. That way I can come home and have more food that's like already made for me, and that meets all all my caloric needs, because my issue is I feel like my metabolism is a little slow, only because I don't eat as much as I think I do. So I do track my calories, but it's more so I can see like, oh, that I need to eat more. Like yesterday I tracked them and I was here and I honestly just like barely had over 1,000 calories, which is horrible for my metabolism. In the morning I had 2 eggs and 2 egg whites scrambled together with half of an avocado. In the afternoon I made oatmeal with protein powder, because that was like my like lunch, and then I had half of like this quinoa mixed bag from Trader Joe's that I warmed up on the stove, and ate half for dinner yesterday and the other half for lunch before I left for Sprouts. And just all that together, like it seems like a lot, but it's really not. So that's what's hard about making sure that I meet all my calories, because I don't want to keep eating at such low calories, and if I ever wanted to lose weight, like what am I gonna do, drop that to even less? And I definitely want to get my calories up there, that way I can be like stable and good at like a higher calorie range, just so my metabolism is healthy, because I don't want to put on weight if there was a day where I was gonna eat 1,800 calories, which for a regular person, or what should be normal, and for me I'm just simply like not really meeting. So I'm definitely working on getting more calories and like more of my nutrients in, especially when I'm home. Again, like I said, at work it's a bit easier because I'm like, oh, breakfast, we all get a lunch together that I always pack, and then something for dinner when I come home, never like a huge dinner. But I'm definitely working on that, so definitely get some more carbs and stuff in with this. I also have sweet potatoes from the last time I went grocery shopping, so I love sweet potatoes with everything. And then again, protein. I have frozen chicken that I'm gonna make. I'll make it on the stove just because since it is so hot, I don't really want to be turning on the oven. But let me show you what else I got. Alright, so a few other things that I got. Strawberries were on sale, so they were 2 for $4, and I love strawberries, so I figured that I will eat those pretty quickly. That's what's hard about the sales, like yeah, 2 for $4 sounds good. Again though, it's just me, so now I have to eat 2 cartons of strawberries. I probably can. It's just always something that I have to think about when I am grocery shopping, to buy the smaller amounts, just because it is just me and I don't want it to go bad. I also figured a good healthy snack are these little carrots, and sometimes instead of buying these carrots and then bigger carrots and then like the shredded carrots to put on salads, I'll just buy the baby ones, and then I can roast these if I wanted to. I can just eat these as a snack, or I can like thinly cut them with like a really sharp knife and put these on a salad. So I figured they have a lot more uses, so I'll be able to eat this bag versus buying multiple types of carrots. Of course, I got the organic 50/50 blend. This had a really good expiration date, the 18th, so I have like 11 days to eat it, and I can definitely do that here with this like, again, smaller container. They didn't have any arugula, but it's fine because I also bought more eggs, and since I have the bread, I'll probably be eating more avocado toast or just eggs in the morning instead of the arugula and salmon bowls that I really like. And that's another thing, is I always buy oh, I want eggs for breakfast, and I want this for breakfast, and I want this, and then I realized like there's only 7 breakfasts in a week. So I definitely need to work on, okay, well, this is what I'm gonna have for this breakfast versus thinking of all these different breakfasts that I want, buying the ingredients for it, and then all the ingredients going bad by the end of the week because I didn't have enough breakfasts. And then this was kind of like a splurge, I suppose. It's a sweet kale chop kit. It's literally one of my favorite salads. It has 3.5 servings in the whole bag, so what I'll probably do is make it in like a big container and then eat some of it for like a dinner if I just want like a salad, like I'm not really feeling super hungry, or some of it for a lunch. So I'll eat this in like 2 servings, just because it is so good. And it has broccoli, green cabbage, kale, Brussels sprouts, pepitas, radicchino, cranberries, and a poppy seed dressing. It doesn't have a whole lot of protein, but if I make chicken, I'll probably throw that on top just to make sure that I get some. But it does have 14 grams of fat per serving, and I'm gonna assume that that's because of the dressing and the seeds. Seeds have like a lot of healthy fats though. And 14 grams of carbs per serving with only 3 grams of fiber, which fiber is good for you just because it helps your body and it takes away from like the total carbs that you've had. But this is really good, so I'll probably have this. Maybe I will have it over like 3 servings. But it's just super easy and it's really nice, and I'll just like take it to go, or I can just like sit on my couch and just like eat a salad if I'm not feeling like having a bigger meal. And of course I also bought more avocados, which were 88 cents per little avocado, 2 hard ones and 1 that could hopefully be ready for either tomorrow or Monday. And then more eggs, more of the egg whites, more bananas, and then, which I got 4 like long bananas, so I can use half a day in my each protein shake, so that could hopefully last me like a week. And then I bought more of this wild brine raw organic kraut. It's probiotic fermented. And this one, the purplish one, is red cabbage, sea salt, and garlic. So I like that it's red cabbage because I like the taste of it more and just a little garlicky, versus a lot of their other ones are a little bit more spicy, more like a kimchi taste, which I don't like. But basically this is fermented, so it has a bunch of good probiotics, which are super good for your gut health. And it is a little bit more expensive, but you only use like a little bit each time. And I enjoy putting these on salads, on sandwiches, on really anything, because it doesn't have too strong of a taste, so it lasts a while. I think it's really good. And also, when I take my lunches to work and if I have a scoop of this on top, it kind of like, when I take it out of my lunch pail, leaves like part of like my falafel or chicken like a little stained purple, so I just think it's kind of funny. But it's really good, a little bit pricier. Also, it was a little bit pricier are the Medjool Dates. Again, these are just like the Sprouts one instead of the like branded one, so they are a little bit cheaper. So this is 13 ounces of dates. And why I bought these and I was like, okay, I'll splurge on like the $5-6 of dates, is because I love making my little like protein energy bites with like my protein powder and coconut. And I haven't made those in so long, simply because I don't want to like have to buy dates or whatever. But I love making them. I want to show you guys how I made them. I have like a little video on my Instagram, and I also have a post about it, but I do want to do a longer video about like all the different fun flavors and stuff. So I'm really excited to make these. And again, I figured if I'm gonna be snacking on stuff, I need to have healthy snacks around. I don't really have snacks in my apartment, so I just like get angry until it's like the next time to like really eat, or I'll just like go find snacks, and that's like not good, and I've not been doing that. The last few things I want to show you that I got are these new, it said new on it, that's how I know they're new, zucchini spirals, and they're frozen so they won't go bad right away. I hate when I buy zucchini if I don't make zoodles right away. They go bad, or now you can get at Sprouts and Whole Foods these like containers of like pre-spiralized things, but then they'll go bad like quickly if you don't eat them right away. And that's where I get worried about, is like, again, you only have so many breakfast, lunches, and dinners. And since I did buy other stuff, I don't want to like get zucchini or get like pre-zoodled things and then they go bad. So I figured these are good because they're frozen, so they'll last a lot longer. So if there's ever a day where, again, like I just don't have food in my apartment, I know I always have these. I can throw some chicken on there, some sauce, really anything, or just like no chicken, make it like a vegan meal. Really good. Just need to warm it up on your stove top. And then I also got a little bit more coffee. I got the Kona blend. I like light roast coffee because the lighter the roast, the more caffeine it has, and the darker the roast, it may taste more like coffee, but it actually has less caffeine. And I have made a video on how to make your own lattes at home, so I figured while I have a bit more time in the morning, I can be doing more of that. But I also just really enjoy tea. I love tea so much, so I kind of go back and forth with that, or even just warm lemon water. Other things that I already have in my apartment that I'll be making are cans of chickpeas that I bought in like a 4-pack at Ralph's. I did that rookie YouTuber thing again where I'm using the 8GB card, so it cut off right in the middle. But I was talking about just things that I already have in my apartment that I can make food with. At Ralph's, I bought a 4-pack of chickpeas and like light salt and just raw, so I can use that, some of them for hummus to dip my carrots in, and I like fresh hummus because then you know what you're putting in it. And again, versus buying a big tub of hummus and you open it up and it says, enjoy within 7 days of opening. And I'm like, as one person who's not eating the hummus all the time, that's kind of like a rush. And then at the end of the 7 days, when it does start getting a little funky, then I'm like, okay, well, again, that's a waste of money. Like, hummus is not cheap. And I'll also just be roasting chickpeas on my stovetop to put in salads, on sandwiches and everything, even with my tuna. I also have ingredients. So the last time I was at Sprouts, I got these little like coconut ball things, and I was like, they are so good. It's like coconut and almond flour and like coconut oil. So good, like a good like little fat ball. And I was like, wow, I need so much more of this in my life. But they're a bit pricey, like in like the little refrigerated section. But I looked on the back and it had the ingredients. It was like so simple. I was like, I can make these at home. So I'll be doing those, and if they're good, I will share those with you guys as well. And I also have asparagus and salmon. Salmon's still in my freezer. Asparagus that I bought last time, that's like still looking pretty good. So maybe I'll saute that up before it goes bad, and I can have that with salmon for dinners with a little bit of quinoa, and I can make my quinoa with like chicken broth or like a tomato broth, I guess not tomato broth, like tomato soup stuff, and like some of the greens, throw that in there just to give it like a better flavor than like just quinoa. So there's a lot of things that I'm gonna make. I'm just gonna make it all in bulk and kind of like mix and match. I also, while I have time, want to work on making my own granola, because I was looking at the granola in Sprouts and like the bulk bins. I was like, that looks really good, but at the same time, I'd rather make my kind, like the kind that I like, for a lot cheaper. So since I have that whole tub of oats, I figured I'll be doing that this week as well. And if all this turns out good, you can expect it coming in another video. But until then, be sure to like and subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next one.